All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. Hello, and welcome to Mindset Mondays with DTK. This is an ongoing series of live broadcasts. It's designed for folk who are committed to getting better at being who they be and not distracted by merely getting better at doing what they do. Today's an interesting one. I'm simulcasting not just as normal on Facebook and YouTube, but I've also gone live on Clubhouse. So for those of you that are on Clubhouse, this will, starting with this Monday, I'll be live broadcasting there as well. I've already got a couple people in the room. So that's kind of exciting now that we've got multiple platforms going. Um, and if you will, for those of you on Facebook and YouTube, take just a moment and click share. Invite your friends, your colleagues, your community to join this live broadcast. The more voices we have, the more of a conversation we can have. And again, I'm able to see in StreamYard comments as you make them, so please dive in. All right. Whew. Today's an interesting one. We're playing with an idea that my friend Alexis Artin shared with me. Um, Alexis shared the idea that she put it really bluntly. We can listen to the universe when it whispers in our ear, or we can wait until it hits us in the head with a bat. And God knows I know that I have missed signs that have been available to me before and waited until the universe was screaming or had to hit me over the head to get my attention. So that comment landed hard for me. It's not that I don't pay attention. It's sometimes I'm just a wee tad stubborn. Those of you who've known me for a long time, that might not be a surprise. Those whispers are always around us, right? And the signs are always around it. Yet so often, and I'm as guilty of this as anyone else, we move through our lives unconsciously, deaf to those whispers, blind to the signs, and as a result, we miss their gifts. And so the quote we get to play with today is one from Tony Martignetti, and I'm going to bring that up um, for folks to see. Watch for the signs of what lights you up and do more of that. Again, watch for the signs of what lights you up and do more of that. And you know from the 3 years that I've been doing this that I love these seemingly simple quotes because none of it ever is. Because that's, on one hand, it's as simple as that. Watch for the signs and do more of that. And yet, the gift we miss most of all in the insight is the insights into what truly lights us up. Those whispers give us the awarenesses of what fills our soul, the knowledge of what recharges our batteries. And yeah, even our obliviousness, we still get lit up, filled, and recharged. And when we're conscious to what those fillers are, what those rechargers are, and then we dare to name what those things are, that's when we can bring intention to creating more of them in our lives. I did a live broadcast earlier this year, a brilliant session for Rich Litvin's community. And Rich does this great thing. He will introduce the speakers with a quick video that none of us have gotten to see before it's flipped on right before we start speaking. And this series, Rich asked each of us what our greatest accomplishment was. And he did that to, fodder for the introduction. Now, this is a remarkable group of folks with a range of remarkable historical facts and figures of what they've done. And when he asked me, what I shared with him is, I'm married to a woman that I love and adore and whom we actually like each other for 29 years. And we have 3 children who love each other and consider each other friends and are active engaged part of our lives. That, I think, is my greatest accomplishment because I realize those are the things that build me up and refuel me and refill me and recharge me. It's not that what I've created in 30 years as an entrepreneur doesn't light me up or hasn't recharged me or hasn't filled me. It's that I know what the things are that are important for me. And beyond that, I know that not just time together with them, but time for me and stillness and travel back when we were able to do that, and community and spirituality and time with friends and taking care of my body. There are lots of things that are my currencies, that are the things that actually nurture and feed my soul. I know what those are. And success for me is balancing that portfolio of currencies. Now, don't get me wrong, the accolades and acknowledgments and awards and rewards and the bank account, I love all of that, but those are not the things that fuel me. Those are all temporary. Balancing my portfolio of real currencies, that is what's important. That is what's critical. And when I spend more time and expend more of my attention and expend more of my energy on those things, that's when I'm deeply nurtured and deeply lit up and deeply filled. So, what lights you up? What fills your soul? What charges your batteries? And this is an opportunity to name it here. Dive into the chat. Get clear on what it is that moves you and share that. What lights you up? What fills your soul? What recharges your batteries? Watch for the signs of these and do more of that. Tony Martignetti, his title is Inspired Purpose Coach. And it captures his work brilliantly and the importance of this simple line. Watch for signs of what lights you up and do more of that. Inspiration is such a powerful motivator. And you've heard in previous episodes, I've talked about how, yes, irritation is a powerful motivator as well. And inspiration has an energy that propels us forward. Hello, Larry. Thank you. Helping others. And Jody, God knows you are a creator, making things. Knowing what it is that lights you up, being able to declare it and being able and willing, daring to make space and time for those things in your world. That's the best recipe I know to being full. Yeah, Larry, I don't want to skip over that. Connecting others with no expectation of return of the favors. It's giving without strings attached. The idea of how much energy, there's a net energy gain when one gives unselfishly. And that's not just a belief that charitable organizations push so that you will donate time, effort, and energy. It's true. What what our souls receive when we give unreservedly is far more than the energy expended. Always has been, always will be. Agata says family, coaching, travel, nature, and music. Knowing what those currencies are that nurture you and balancing your day, your time, your portfolio around those. And Lawrence, dear God, as a mediator, peacemaking, that's perfect. It's a beautiful thing that you're doing what you're doing. God, that's and we need more of that right now. Our world has become very, in some ways, has become very us and them, and has become very adversarial. And the opportunity to take a different mindset, a different approach, a different way of looking at our world is so critical. Yeah, on a gray day, like Mary Virginia says, on a gray day like this one, it's good to think of things that light me up. I was texting back and forth with some friends that are in a couple of different places in Texas this morning, and um, multiple inches of snow, rolling blackouts, full-on power outages, um, boiling water and storing them in thermoses. Right now, they're definitely looking for things that light them up. My friend Laurie was just waiting to get enough firewood inside to start the fireplace going so that they could keep themselves and the kids warm. So yeah, paying attention to what lights you up and finding joy and nurturing in every moment is absolutely our opportunity. I don't know, there's some research that was done in the UK about the most depressing day of the year. Now we are exactly 1 week away because evidently on February 22nd, all the credit card bills from the holiday season come in and the weather has turned to crap even though we seem to be a week early. And it is evidently that third week of February is the most depressing period of every year. And I think watching what's going on and starting to see our world turning and starting to see the shift in energy, the more that we can put attention and intention into building our day, our time around the things that light us up, there is no better time of year. We're in the shortest month of the year to manage our time that way. Adrian said, the intimacy of conversing with the love of my life over 40 years on an assignment God has called us to do, serving. Um, Adrian, phenomenal that you guys have been together 40 years. Elaine and I are just pushing on the edge of 30, so congrats. And Tessie, who's connecting through a different channel, says finding joy in all circumstances is awesome, and there is that opportunity, especially when we're facing loss or constrained circumstances like we are right now. Nurturing moment is the very beginning practice, as Mary Virginia says, right after focus on breath, to cognitively based compassion meditation. What I love about that is the intentionality of bringing a practice, a process, a technique into your world and not just, I mean, although it's brilliant to say, okay, today I will focus on, it's to bring a structure, bring a pattern, bring a system in. So the invitation for you is, what will you do this week to bring more of the things that light you up to your awareness and to do more of those? How will you make this part of your morning, your day, your week, your month, your life? These things only are part of your world when you articulate them, dare to name them, dare to articulate what they are, and carve out time for them. Watch for signs of what lights you up and do more of that. Thank you, Tony, for letting me use your brilliant words this morning. And thank to you folks for diving in, playing along. As you know, for the last 3 years, I've been here every Monday morning, with very rare exception, for 10 to 15-minute conversation about mindset, life, leadership, and learning. And it's an opportunity for us to set our week with intention. In between these broadcasts, you can always come to the Mindset Mondays private Facebook group, right? And as you know, Mindset Mondays with DTK book was released in September and it is still selling, and I'm still excited to put it out there. I just had the opportunity to bring it to a professional organization to book club it with them over March and April. And then I've got another CEO that's just reached out and said that she is taking her leadership team through each chapter 1 week at a time, book clubbing this book, Mindset Mondays with DTK, over the course of the next year. And I've just launched the Mindset Mondays Accelerator. This is a chance to go through 52 weeks of mindset shift in just 52 days. And it's a program that's starting March 1st to really kick off spring with a huge push. And it's a chance to power through this kind of depth and growth and architect the kind of world that you want for yourself. So I'd love to have you come to 52 weeks and 52 days and look at the Mindset Mondays Accelerator and dive in. The kind of work that we talked about today, watching for the signs of what lights you up and doing more of that, it's exactly what we're playing with during the accelerator. Please join in. And between this week and next, what mindset will you choose?